Hey guys, this is Maliha from the Site Blogger, and I have a tutorial on how to create YouTube thumbnail with Canva. So a bunch of you asked me this question, so I thought I would show you. I wasn't sure like what to show you because it's just Canva. I use Canva to create these thumbnails, and they're really simple too. Like for example, this is the template, if you want to call it that, that I use. It's pretty simple. So I use my YouTube channel mostly to create these Canva tutorials and sometimes other blogging and online business related videos. But yeah, so for example, this is one of my thumbnails for one of my recent videos. And I honestly don't know if they're all that great. I just do them really quickly. But some of you asked me how I make them, so I figured might as well just make a video out of it. So as you can see, the only thing that I care about personally is to have thumbnails that tells a viewer exactly what the video is, and I use big font so that people can look at a thumbnail and know right away, read the text on the thumbnail right away, and they will know what the video is about. So to that end, just big font and readable font and basically easily readable font. So if I use a dark background, I will use light font, or sometimes I may use lighter background and dark black font so that it's easily readable. And whenever I make Canva videos, I also use a big Canva logo, as you can see over here. And that usually helps people know right away that they can expect Canva related video. So that's what I do. Now, in order to make these thumbnails, it's actually really simple. So let's get to it. So first thing first, go to log on to your Canva, and from your dashboard, click create a design on top right corner. If you follow my mouse, the yellow blob. So click that, and then start looking for, I can already say it, YouTube thumbnail, because I use that often. But if you don't see it, just start typing YouTube thumbnail and that should show up. And you can also see like different types of YouTube thumbnails, like beauty YouTube thumbnails. So if you create like beauty tips or makeup tips or things like that, you can use that. Christmas, food, there are all kinds of specific YouTube thumbnail templates that you can choose from. I'm just going to use the first one, the generic plain YouTube thumbnail. And the thing about using the built-in template is that it creates a design with the size that is required by YouTube. So it's 1280 pixel by 720 pixel. You can also use custom size down here if you want, but I'm not going to use that because there's no reason when you can easily just click that one and it creates a new design for you. And like I was saying, I like to have easily readable font, for which I either do light background and dark font, or dark background and light font. So let's do dark background and light font. I personally like that. It just looks better, I think. So if you want to create a YouTube thumbnail that's similar to what I do, go with dark background and light color. And I also use gradient background. That's because I personally just like the style. You don't have to, you can just use solid color. But if you want to use gradient like I do, there are some gradients available. So for example, if you click the if you click the design and then go to the color, background color swatch over here, click it, that opens up the background color panel on the left. And at the very bottom of this panel, you should see gradients. These are some built-in gradients that you have available. You can choose something from this from these selections, or if you don't want to do that, you can just click Document Color on top right over here. Follow my mouse, the yellow blob, click it, and then you can choose solid color, or you can click gradient over here right next to where it says solid color, and that will open up the gradient option. And you can choose your gradient color. By default it's showing me white and gray, so if you want to change those colors, just click the color that opens up the swatch, and then you can choose a color from here like so, and then click the next color, and then you can do the same. And you can even add more color. It doesn't have to be only 2 colors. You can add 3, 4, 5 colors. Don't go too crazy, otherwise it doesn't look very good. But yeah, you can do something like that. And then underneath the colors, you can choose style. So there are different styles available as well. So something like that. You can use something like that. So I'm going to choose the last color, last style. I like how it's looking. And I want to make the background slightly darker, just a little bit. So I'm going to choose a bit darker colors. Not too much, but maybe that should do. Alright, so that's my background, and then let's add a logo. So for example, as you can see in my original design, I have a Canva logo. So if I wanted to do something similar, let's see, I can go to Elements, and I will choose a round shape, a round frame actually. So I will scroll down until I see frames, and then I will click See All until I see all the different shapes available or frames available. And I will choose the round one from under Basic Shapes, like so. And then I can go to Brand Fetch to select the Canva logo. Now, Brand Fetch is already showing up on my left panel right here if you follow my yellow blob mouse. If you don't see it, now I see it because I've used it recently, but if you don't see it, if it's like that, nothing's coming up, you can click Apps, and then in the search bar at the top, start writing Brand Fetch. And if you don't know what Brand Fetch is, basically it's an app where you can find different brands. So, for example, I recently used Canva and SiteGround, so it's showing me those brands, but you can, search for whatever you want, and they have a huge, large collection of brands. And what I mean is that when you search for a brand or a company name, it will give you the brand's logo, brand's colors, and associated images. So for example, if I search for, say, Instagram, see, it's suggesting Instagram. So if you click it, it's giving me Instagram logos, and then you can select color, the colors tab, and it's giving me Instagram official brand colors. And you can click images, and it has like some image here that I don't know how that relates to Instagram, but whatever. But yeah, logo, I often tend to use logos and colors when I'm making these YouTube thumbnails. So I'm gonna go back, and I will just select Canva, and I will choose this one, for example. I'll just drag it and then drop it on my circle. And that's my Canva logo. And here's something else that I can do. I can add a border just to separate this logo from the background a little bit. So I will click the circular shape, and then I will click Border Style from the top menu, like so. And then I will give it a border weight, say 5. Maybe we can go a little higher, maybe 8. Yeah. And then I will choose a border color. So as soon as I add a border, a new menu or new icon will appear for border color, like so, over here. So click it, and then I will just click white because it's a dark background, so white makes it better, makes it pop up, kind of pop out. And I'll just rotate it a little bit. I'm trying to create something similar to what I usually do. So this one, for example. So something like that. And actually, I chose the background color wrong. It's kind of clashing with the Canva logo. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually edit that to be something that looks better. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I think that looks much better. All right. So that's my background, that's my logo. And then the next thing I'm gonna have to do is I will have to add some text. So you can add a text box by clicking the T key on your keyboard, like so. And then remember I said that it has to be big. So just make it pretty big. And let's say something like, let's pick a font that's like nice and big. So maybe something like this. How to design, and let's make it right aligned, or actually let's make it left aligned. Yeah, and we're gonna bring it down here, and let's give it white color, like so. Let's make it all uppercase by clicking this uppercase icon, and then give it some letter spacing by clicking the spacing menu, choosing the spacing menu from here, and then using the slider I can adjust the letter spacing, like so. And let's say how to design and then I'm going to copy that and say YouTube thumbnails, and make it pretty big, like so. Maybe a little smaller would do. 80. Okay. Let's decrease the spacing a little bit here. Actually, I'm not liking this font too much. I'm gonna choose something else. Arimo, no. DM Sans. Glacial Indifference, maybe that's better. Let's try that. Let's try making it bold, and let's decrease the letter spacing. Like that. Actually, let's do 0. But let's make it slightly smaller. I don't know, I'm not liking that font either. The font selection process for me is such a pain. I know designers who have like certain fonts that they love and they always use them, but I tend to get bored of fonts, so I find myself trying to find fonts all the time. Alright, how to design YouTube thumbnails. And on Canva. And I'm going to select just the letters, just the word on, and make it unbold. So I'll just click the B button once again to make it unbold, like so. how to design YouTube thumbnails on Canva. Let's bring it up a little bit. Bring this down just a little bit. Make it a little bigger, like so. How to design YouTube thumbnails on Canva. Alright, I'm liking this quite a bit. But I kind of want to change my background, and I'm going to add this color once more. And you can actually, like so, add it again, and then I'm going to move this one right next to it, so I have more black on the top. Alright, this is looking much better, I think. Alright, so how to design YouTube thumbnails on Canva. Alright, can I make it a little darker maybe, like that? Yep, much better. Okay, so as you can see, you can keep adding more colors. I usually don't go too crazy, so I'm using 3 different colors here, but the same colors, like I use black 3 times, so you can add same colors multiple times to kind of get the desired shading and the desired spacing you're looking for in your gradient if you want. So I like it. I like how it's turned out right now. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And that's it. That's actually, I'm actually gonna make it a little bigger, like so. How to design YouTube thumbnails on Canva. Alright, so I like how it's turned out. Like I said, it's not super fancy, it's not super creative, but I tend to do this quickly and it works for me. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. One thing I want to do just to finish it off is, if you see, like, sometimes I like to add images, kind of, because it just gives it a nicer look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this image, just the first one, and I'm going to use that option. I'm going to use that image on the new design that I just created, because it's going to be, you know, a YouTube thumbnail. So I want to show people what the thumbnail kind of looks like. So I will go to uploads now, and then I will upload the YouTube thumbnail from a previous design that I just downloaded. I will upload that on my Canva. And I will add it here, make it smaller, like so. Give it a bit of rotation. I'm assuming you know how to add rotation. Just when you hover over a design, you will see this rotation icon show up, and you can just click it, press it, and then holding it, left click with your mouse, and then holding the mouse, just move it around like that. And when you like what you see, release the mouse and let go, like so. And I will also use an arrow, because I like to use arrows. So I'll go to elements, and I will, in the search, I will type arrow, and that will show me different types of arrows, shapes, graphics, photos. I will click see all next to graphics, and then I will choose something simple like this one. Make it smaller, rotate, and then position it like so. And that is my YouTube thumbnail. And this is actually going to be my YouTube thumbnail for this video that I am making right now. So there we go. That's how I make my YouTube thumbnails. They're pretty boring. I personally never thought they were worth learning how to design, because there are YouTubers out there who make beautiful thumbnails, and I don't. I somehow my creativity um, nosedives when it comes to designing YouTube thumbnails. But since some of you asked me, looks like some of you like what I make, so here it is. This is how I make my YouTube thumbnails. And that's today's video. Oh, before I go, I'm just gonna give this design title, otherwise it's gonna be very hard to find. I'm going to name it YouTube thumbnail version 2. You can name it whatever you want, but that's just what I'm gonna call it. And when you're done, just download it on your computer, go to share, click download, and then you can either choose PNG or JPEG, doesn't matter. I will just leave it to PNG, and then I will click download, and that's it. We're done. And that's today's tutorial for how to design YouTube thumbnails, and I will see you with a different video sometime soon. Bye.